Hi, this is math for real people. Now what I want to show you is how to find percentages of numbers. Too many people are getting out a calculator and they're getting out their tip sheet. And I really want to just smack those out of your hands because you don't need them. And I'll show you why. This is all based on finding 10% first. So, do you already know how to find 10% of a number? Okay, well, let's check it out. Let's say you have a bill for $44. You go out to eat with one other person, $44 bill. Guess what? You can find 10% so easy that you wouldn't even be able to reach to your purse or your wallet to find any of these things, or even to your phone. Your phone wouldn't even be able to do it. To find 10%, you literally move your decimal over one spot. So if your decimal's here, well, 10% means your decimal is here. 10% of $44 is $4.40. That's it. If you say you cannot do that, you are lying. So that's 10%. And you're saying, okay, great, but I want to leave a 20% tip because I like to leave more than that. I'm not judging. So here's 20%. How do you get from 10% to 20%? Right, you double it. You're multiplying 10 by 2 to get to 20. That's the same thing you're doing over here. So to get to 20%, you double it. Now, I truly believe you can double most things in your head if you tried. Don't tell me you need the calculator to double it. You can do it. So doubling 440 means it would turn into $8.80. You just found 20% tip. All because you moved your decimal over and doubled it. That is faster than getting out a calculator. Unless you have doubling issues, and that's a whole different video. Okay, great, but you want to do 15%? Okay, well, 10%, what do you do to get to 15%? You need to add 5%, right? So adding 5% means you need to figure out 5% first. Well, if you have 10%, how do you get to 5%? You divide it by 2. 5 is half of 10. So take this 440, divide it by 2, and you're left with 220. That's 5% of your overall total. Well, we just said we needed to take our 10 and 5% and add them together. So, bam, bam. And we add those and we get $6.60. And that was our 15%. Okay, so you never need a calculator or a tip sheet again. If you wanted to do this to 30%, how do you get from 10% to 30%? You double it. Just kidding. You triple it, right? You triple it. You can quadruple it. You can figure anything out if you know the 10%. Okay? So don't use those things. You got this. Thank you.